Welcome back to DIY My Way. It's been a while since I've had some Kubota Tractor Therapy, so I thought this afternoon, while I had a few hours of daylight, I would do just that. So this afternoon I'm going to see if I can make some progress on the trails in the woods. As you can see, I have my chainsaw in the fell tower scabbard along with a shovel and a rake. On the other fell tower is a set of pruning loppers. This section of trail is behind the pool house and fairly close to the road, but it has several rocks sticking out of the ground that need to be dug out. It's good to get some backhoe time. Sometimes you just need boots on the ground for the final touches in an area. Now I move on to the next trouble spot just a little further ahead. Here there are some more rocks and a small stump that need to go. First, the rocks. Then the stump. Looks like I'll be able to get it out with less hassle than I thought. Almost. There we go. That B-expanded thumb comes in handy even when fully retracted. You see, this section of trail is close to the road. On to the next destination, which is at the opposite end of the trails. Have you noticed I've added a spinner to the steering wheel? I wish I'd done that a lot sooner. I didn't realize how much easier they make steering the tractor. By the way, that shiny roof is my shop. All right, let me give you an idea of where we are. We're down near the creek, which runs right through there. Actually, back a little ways. This little normally dry creek bed here is just rain runoff. It heads toward the creek and meets up with it. And this is a culvert that I installed a few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, and then expanded it wide enough to get a tractor and truck through. Anyway, what we're doing down here is to start cutting a trail right through here, back up to meet up with a section of the trail that goes to the middle and further up onto the hill there. So I've got quite a few saplings to cut down and get that thing out of the way. But first I've got some loose barbed wire fence I need to roll back out of the way, and I'll get to it. Let's see if I can get this barbed wire out of the way without skewering myself. Right into the ground. It's too close. Oh boy. This is the last section of an old pasture fence that my wife and I have mostly taken down. Got this tree that's fallen over. I'll cut it up a little bit so that I can use the tractor and get it out of the way and cut some of these saplings down. I'm mindful that this trunk might have some spring left to it and pop up once cut. And it did, but just a little. Next, that little sapling. I'll cut it off about a foot or so above the ground and dig out the stump with the backhoe. Now it's backhoe time again. Let's make use of that thumb. That was easy. And that was too easy. Didn't even get a chance to dig the stump out of the ground. Let's see how easily I can get this little sapling out of the ground. There we go, popped it loose. I smooth out and pack down the dirt. This deadfall will have to go too. I like digging out rotten stumps. They don't put up much of a fight. Okay, as much as I like digging out saplings with the tractor, it's actually slower than just cutting it off flush with the ground. So I think these next few, I'm just going to cut them off like some of the smaller ones I've done. Just to give you an idea of where we're coming through, from the fence straight behind where the fence was, straight behind the tractor. Come in, dog leg, come around here. Obviously avoiding cutting down any large trees, but I have to if I can just take saplings. And then come along here, just got some small saplings, and that thing arching over there, cut back to get to the dry creek, the kind of gully that's running right along there. It's really pretty in there. And then I've got a rough trail already cut that meets back up at the top of the hill up there where it's such a pretty view.
Clear away as much straw and debris as possible and avoid getting the chainsaw in the dirt. I always make sure the tree's not entangled with any dead limbs of nearby trees. Don't want to knock any of them down on top of me. I know I really should have my forestry helmet on.
Sometimes the work is not always glamorous, like digging with a backhoe or cutting down trees with a chainsaw. Sometimes you're just picking up sticks.
I'll spare you the real-time view and speed it up. Next, I cut down that leaning tree.
before it gets too dark, let me show you why we're wanting to get a trail over here. So you can see just how pretty this is. At least my wife and I think so. It's just very scenic through here, particularly with this gully cutting through. I may actually, this is a spot right here where I may actually build a bridge across. At least a footbridge, maybe one capable of supporting vehicles too, so that the trails can continue on and meet up with the trails that are up that way. And the rough cut trail that I have so far, and it is very rough cut because you can hardly tell it is a trail, leads off, curves up there, meets up with other trails that go to the top of the hill there, which is a very scenic overlook. I'm sure I'll show that to you someday. But at least from what I've gotten done, at least based on what I've gotten done, it's drivable now. So I got to cut that vine out of the way. I've got an area where the ground's kind of like a washboard right through here that I'm going to have to get the tractor after. It's starting to get late, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that this evening. I have to put on my jacket. It's starting to cool off. I may give it a shot. Guess we'll find out in the video, won't we?
Nope, not this video. I decided to call it quits for the day. Thanks for watching.